Hello and welcome to Todd Miller TV, joined here today with Oana. Thank you very much for being on my video blog again.
You're welcome.
Almost a regular guest.
Yes.
Well, in case you didn't know, years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, we did a radio show together called Talk About Houses. We did it for a year. It was a live real estate talk show here in Las Vegas. And so anyway, anti-flipping rule. So the rule used to be 90 days after the sale, the FHA would not allow somebody to buy the house and get FHA financing. Well, they extended the rule. They made a rule that said, well, if it's a foreclosed home, so if it's a bank-owned home or a flip from a foreclosure, or if it's a HUD home, they'll waive the rule with some limitations. There's some values, limits, and you have to get to appraisals, but basically, this allows an FHA buyer to buy a house that's a bank-owned home, and they extended this till the end of 2012. So, how do you tell me what you think this impacts? Because you have a lot of REO listings. How do you think this impacts the consumer out there who's only can qualify for an FHA loan? And what happens at the end of the year if they don't extend this rule? What's going to happen if someone waits till 2013 to buy a house and get an FHA loan?
Well, first of all, this helps the consumer because it takes the guesswork out of, well, can I buy this home or can't I buy this home? I'm qualified for an FHA loan, but does this house qualify? Right. So it takes some of that guesswork out of it. Because let's face it, when the consumer goes out there, they're looking to fall in love with a house. They're not looking for the pedigree of the house.
Right.
So it takes some of that guesswork out, which is wonderful. What happens in 2013, with an election year and everything, it really depends on the inventory levels, I think.
Okay. I
think if the market is still dominated by bank-owned homes, by foreclosures and that sort of thing, it only makes sense that this is going to be extended. The idea is not to all of a sudden have all these homes on the market that no one can buy. It really limits the market if you can't have FHA buyers participate, and it's really almost anti-American to not allow everybody who can qualify for a home to buy a home. With election and with our national pride being home ownership, I can't imagine that if the need is still out there that this will not be continued.
Okay, obviously the rules to prevent fraud.
Correct.
Because they're with only having to put 3 or 3.5% down on a house, there's this potential that someone could buy a house way over what it's really worth by flipping it, and then whoever the person that sold it was could sort of make out with a bunch of cash, and the person who put the 3.5% down could just walk on the house. That's what they're trying to avoid.
Right. And lending practices have changed a lot since a lot of that sort of thing went on. Lenders are much tighter as far as how many loans they're going to allow per person. I mean, it used to be that if you could fog up a mirror, then you could get a loan, and maybe that wasn't always necessary either.
Right.
But now it's gotten much tighter. I mean, we're seeing people with 800 credit scores having to jump through hoops to buy a home.
Yeah.
So lending practices have changed, and I don't think that that's going to be an impact.
Okay, so on your listings under $100,000, most of those are probably like cash, right?
Correct.
Above 100 or 130 or whatever, what percentage of offers do you see coming in that are FHA?
Quite a few, actually. Quite a few. A lot more than you'd think. And a lot of the reason is because while the economy is rough and people are struggling out there as far as being unemployed and underemployed, there is still a significant portion of people that make enough money to purchase a home. And so we're seeing probably, I would say, about 40% FHA, which is a lot, because we're probably only seeing just under that as conventional. Okay.
Are there any other loan programs that you know of where you can only put 3% down?
The Home Path program, while it's not 3%, it is a really good program, and they've got some cool things going on with that. That's another program that it's only for Fannie Mae owned homes, but again, it's less of a down payment, no appraisal, other things going on with that, which would be impacted by properties that are going to be flipped as well. These are properties that are only sold by Fannie Mae, so they're not flip properties, but they could be flipped once somebody buys them.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that was it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was the update. FHA Anti flip rule extended till 2012, which means you can use an FHA loan to buy a foreclosed property within 90 days. Anyway, that was my update, and hope to see you on another video. Thanks.